When trying to solve problems that involve angles inside of a triangle, it's important to remember that the sum will always be 180 degrees. In the first example that we have here, we are given two of the values, all with numbers, and we know the relationship will be that the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C will have to equal 180 degrees. So if we substitute our values here, we know that 58 and 87 are going to add up to 145 degrees. And we can subtract 145 from both sides, and we'll get that angle C is 35 degrees. Now, when only dealing with numbers, what a lot of people will do is they'll take that total 180 and they'll actually just subtract it from it individually. They won't write it out as an equation. This still works, but this kind of way of doing it will not work when you have expressions, like in our second example. In our second example, we're going to have to go the equation route. Angle D is 20x. Angle E is 93. And angle F is 4x plus 3. As we solve the equation, we get 20 and 4 is 24x. 93 and 3 is 96. If we subtract 96 from each side, we'll get 84. And then divide by 24. And 84 divided by 24 doesn't give a whole number. It's going to give a decimal. But that's okay. That's an acceptable answer. So then you might ask, could we also find the measure of angle D or the measure of angle F? And the answer is yes. How we would do it is we would substitute this value in place of the x in each expression. So 20 times 3.5 would give us 70 degrees there. And 4 times 3.5 plus 3 would give us 17 degrees here. And 70 and 17 and 93, you can always check this, but they should add up to 180. If they don't, you know you've got some kind of an error. Finally, we have one that's a little more involved because there are two separate triangles, but we can take what we know about the sum being 180 and we can find a place to start, like here at this triangle. We know two of the values, and we can use that to find the third. So 180 minus 25 minus 38 is going to give us 117 degrees, and that's going to go here. But there is a connection between these triangles. We have vertical angles here, so that makes this 117 since vertical angles are congruent. And I can now start with 180. In this triangle, subtract the two that I know. 180 minus 31 minus 117 gives 32. So this angle here that we're looking for is 32 degrees.